Dear Brony community, my subscribers, and anyone out there who is watching this. Have you ever felt down? Really down? Do you ever feel that you have something to say, but that no one seems to care and will just gloss you over? Or even worse, have they actually listened, but have taken what you said and seen it not in the way that you meant it? Do you feel ignored? Like for hours, days, months, years even, you've been calling out to anyone near, hoping that they would at least hear you? It can be frustrating, having your words thrown out in desperation, only for them to bounce off invisible walls and the person on the other side to never hear them. Or even for them to hear you and take it the wrong way. You feel cold and alone, like you're only a shadow in a world of solid objects. And sometimes like you're solid and everyone else is a shadow. The despair you feel when your words echo back on you when you're lonesome, strangling, as if you're suffocating, begging for air as you try to be heard. And it doesn't end there. Sometimes those who have heard you begin lashing out at you, saying what they have to say, unloading their burdens on you without even considering what yours are. And then the burden becomes even heavier when they get angry with you for not understanding them. But it gets even worse when you realize that a lot of the time, you're no different in that regard. That you've been piling your feelings and burdens upon others without any consideration of them. You feel awful for it and the need to apologize to everyone you felt you've done wrong to. But the guilt doesn't change anything. It only makes it worse. You still put yourself out and almost no one hears you. Many who do still misunderstand you. You hate yourself while the world continues to hate you. You're still a monster in a world that's full of them. And all the while it's piling up inside you, growing like a fire that you just can't let out. Couple that with all the legitimate jerks of the world, the guys who couldn't care less what they unload on you, and you feel trapped. Worse than trapped. Not only do you feel like you can't move, but sometimes it feels like others are making you move. The suffocation tightens only further when the cover is pulled from your eyes. When you wake up one day and suddenly see the world for how it really is. Darker, meaner, and much scarier a place than you wanted it to be. You see the darker, more selfish sides of those you trusted. And the sting of something not unlike betrayal pierces you when you realize this. All the while your hopes and dreams pass you by. Everything that you've ever wanted to do, and now you can't do because it's too late. Or maybe there was never a chance of it to begin with. All the while that fire trapped inside you grows greater and greater, building and building the more you try to hold it down. Until one day, you just go outside and you scream your frustrations to the heavens, letting out all the primal rage of the caged animal you've become, trying to unburden yourself of all that anger and despair, just hoping that someone, anyone, will hear your desperate plea for help, even though you know that no one will. I understand. I understand what it means to be misunderstood. I understand what it means to be ignored. I understand what it means to find out that that big jerk outside your door was really you all along. And I understand what it means to have it all bottled up inside of you. There's no way to release it. No matter how much you ask for help, no matter how much you try to put on a brave face and get through each day, no matter how much you try so desperately to let it out, to just be rid of it, we all feel this way. Sometimes it comes in short bursts once in a while, and sometimes it hangs over us for years, never letting us forget it. We all feel ignored and alone sometimes. Some of us even all of the time. And always so often, no one understands. But that doesn't mean we have to give up. That doesn't mean you have to give up. Because inside, you are stronger than you realize. What's more, you are not alone. With each day that passes, know that you are still alive, whether or not you want to be. And that's because you're still alive for a reason. No matter how many opportunities pass you by, no matter how often reality comes crashing down on you, no matter how often you feel firsthand just how heartless people can be, no matter how many people encourage you to give up what you believe is important, no matter how often you feel overwhelmed and the crushing pressure to just quit, know that it's not over yet. Know that so long as you remember your dream, it's always possible. Believe in yourself. Fight through the trials of every passing day. And know that with each day that passes, somewhere out there, we struggle along with you. You may never meet any of us, and we likewise may never meet you. But we know you exist. I know you exist. And more importantly, I believe in you. It's true that so many people will never see their hopes and dreams come to life, but that's no reason to give up and walk away. Remember, although we may never meet, we all struggle together, and we all have to hold on to the belief that we will succeed. And remember that we believe in you, that I believe in you. Remember, one day, Scootaloo, one day.